What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. What is that? Your thing on? Your computer or something? Or am I just? I don't know why I feel like I'm hearing my voice echo. Let me try. Yeah, okay, that might have been what it was. It might have been those headphones. All right. Anyways, this is your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com, the website for all the different things that are associated with the MFTK Foundation. Got some cool shit. It's going to be MFTK on the book bags this year. So hopefully, we'll get that. And hopefully some parents will just be grateful to have a fucking book bag and won't be worried about all the other things that come along with it. Still trying to get some bread. Shout out to the law offices of Ron Scholes, PA. They just dedicated $2,000 to the cause and book bag supplies. We got Bank of America on board. We got some other different cool ones that are on board. Hopefully we'll be making some more announcements this week. Man, this shit ain't cheap, dog. It definitely is one of those things that's it's fun. It's a passion project. And anybody who wants to go to the MFTKFoundation.com website, that'd be greatly appreciated, because you go there and literally all you have to do is give a $36 donation. They'll even let you go so far as where you can make that thing a monthly contribution. And everything will be really, really cool. Or you could just be a greenie. A greenie is becoming where membership has its perks. We have been stuck at the 6,000 level for quite some times on the YouTube. Need you guys to bump it up a little bit more. But during the season, we'll have, I guess actually next month, we'll be putting in the group chat on YouTube. I mean, the chat on YouTube, who wants to go and be a part of the fantasy football league. We also have the weekly college football pick'em. We also have the weekly pigskin pick'em with the NFL, to where you could get money for being a member. You don't have to be the all-in membership, but you could be the $3.99. Every little bit helps. Also, you could do the super chat, or you could cash at me. I will be putting out a tweet here soon for you to be able to get all the different things. But you see Stripe is right there. Very easy for people to handle and get those different things that we want. We have Orlando, Tampa, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, in terms of everything that we are doing as far as the nonprofit goes. Check out the stuff, man. Hopefully we continue to grow this thing bigger and bigger each year. Okay. Just trying to what up, Chris? Was just actually talking. We got sporadics in the house. Was just talking about talking to Javari Bennett. Was it Bennett? What's Vari's last name? Anyways, our guy in here, T Rob 813, his nephew. It hurts me when we have low hanging fruit that wants to commit. We're good with our running back room, I guess, but he just flipped from Illinois. It committed to Alabama, which is fucking cool. Ain't getting that kid no more. I can tell you that much. Now that he's going to Bama, but that means he'll probably be at the Bama game. So I know T Rob is going to be there more than likely. Again, we have the tailgate up here as well for those who want to be a part of it. Shoot, how many tickets we got right now? the tailgates, all of those things all go towards the nonprofit as well. Hold on, let me look up my Dope Boy tickets. I know we had somebody else just purchase some. I think we're at 900. We got 995 tickets left. Jaden, you're working. So I think that was Jaden that put it in the group chat. Do I need a tailgate ticket? So no, you don't need a tailgate ticket. You'll be walking around doing all that stuff. Outside of that, let's start off this show the proper way, the way we start off every show as of recent, with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God.
We should just do this as the blessing at the tailgates. Play this right, like, hey guys, I need everybody give us a moment of silence as the big Samoan praise the Sky Daddy for our food, and boom. What up, my dog? Bud, you're amazing, dog. Bud might be the best friend I've never met, but I tell you what.
Never met him?
No. Nope. I'm still waiting on him to take me hog hunting. But man, it's whatever that new batch, man, is incredible. Incredible, bud. It's amazing. I definitely I'm just gonna let you know that, buddy. Anyways, Jaden, what we got, sir?
So for the FSU fans in the chat on the stream, we have some major news to talk about, some recruitment news. So I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time on the recruitment and FSU's overall trajectory for the future, especially this 2026 class. Then we have a few more college football updates and pictures to share with y'all before we share some information regarding the NFL. Have a few topics to touch on, not too much. But the first one being Travis Hunter signing his rookie deal and much more to discuss. Next, we have our Big Games BS segment, our last show, the segment where we discuss sports, pop culture outside of the typical football world. And we have to talk about the NBA Finals recap last night. And we got some more pictures and videos to discuss as well with that. But first, if you're new to Big Games BS, welcome to Big Games BS, where we talk about the good, the bad, and all the BS in your typical sports world.
Hey, hold on before that. Crow, you just let me know, Crow. You know you get we don't normally talk to the X, but you know, if Crow, you need to jump in, dog, just let me know. If you got something on your chest. You know, I seen Nephew. I told Nephew I'm holding him accountable if he make me lose my money. He told me, Nephew told me I gotta go ahead and put the money down on the home team. So he had me talking reckless in the spaces today. So, but if you want to jump in, Crow, you know, just all you gotta do is let me know, Kinfolk, man. That's Antonio Cromartie, legend, Doak legend. There, my guy. But while we get into that, you know, his son was a member of the 2025 recruiting class. Jaden, you said we got some good FSU news, man.
The first one being a confirmation from what we discussed last show. So the 4-star quarterback Jaden O'Neal has committed to the Seminoles. We actually got a chance to watch his junior season highlights on Huddle. And James, just talk to us about the highlights from when we watched on the show and how excited you are for Jaden O'Neal.
So before I get into this, Jaden, every time you give us the rundown, what is your intro? how do you introduce the show?
This is Big Games BS, the good, the bad, and the BS. That one.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we gave the good, right? So his highlight film of football, 11-man football in which we play. I actually was encouraged. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Okay. I also like the fact that they gave us a little bit of a like a menu of sorts. We saw the deep throw, we saw the accuracy, we saw the runs, we saw the extension of the plays. These were all things that I was cool with. Now, I don't know the level of ball he plays out on the West Coast. I do know we haven't really had the greatest success on the West Coast. And I don't know anybody we've ever had from Oklahoma, because now technically his degree would say he's from Oklahoma. I was reminded by a young man that I like, my white stepson, Knox Anus. Anus, how you say it? It's not anus. It's not anus. It's Annis. So Anus, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I actually thought his last name was Knox, but that's not it. That's not even his first name, I believe. I think his first name is something else. We just call him Knox, but Knox is Knox. Knox was like, Coach, you do know who Jaden O'Neal is, right? I said, no. He said, Coach, you've seen Jaden O'Neal in real life. I'm like, no, I don't. I have no fucking deal who you're talking about, Knox. What are you talking about? Coach, that was SFE's quarterback when we went down to Battle Miami. Now, we whooped SFE ass. And our defense had a really, really big game against him. And it just wasn't good. But our defense was like that, though, even though we didn't have a bunch of like top tier guys known. Like now they all like, so now you got Turnup's going to Michigan State. We had Tamaj will be probably going to go to Duke, hopefully, or he'll be a Power 4 guy. We had Troy, I think I want to say it's Troy. He's the number 1 player in Nebraska for class of 2027. He's like that. We had cats. I'll say that. And SFE, I believe, was game 2 for us. And we had that bitch circled. We was ready for that ass. Like we wanted to, we wanted that one right there. So but I'm not gonna hold that against him because it's 7-on-7 and it's not 11-on-11 football, but like that's the bad.
As the journalist, the in-person.
I did not know who the kid was until this morning. This morning, I'm coming to workouts. Technically, we're not even supposed to be having this. We were supposed to have this show in the morning. And I was going to talk about Jaden O'Neal, and it was going to be nothing but positivity. Nothing but positivity for me to be able to say I have never encountered him in a bad scenario or situation before in my life. But because Mandarin beat the shit out of somebody last week, we got teams locally pulling out of OTAs that we're supposed to be a part of, so we weren't able to participate in the manner in which we wanted to participate in. So we had to shift, we had to work out. So instead of seeing Knox in the afternoon smiling, I see Knox in the morning smiling with some bullshit. And I'm like, fuck, I want to say, fuck you, Knox. Like, chill out. But he was like, it's like, Coach, come on, Coach. This is what you do. This is what we're doing, Coach. I'm like, fuck you, Knox. This is what we're doing. I like Jaden. I like Jaden. I like his film still. He just ran into a fucking buzzsaw. And you know what? And I'm not gonna hold that against people. I am no longer, because maybe we just that good. I don't want to say the team. We're going back to MFTK. So when y'all see us next year on the 7-on-7 circuit, we coming to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm not buying them bitches any bubble gum. So we only coming to kick ass. Hopefully my dog Crow will put one of his 50-11 all-stars, his super soldiers, like on there, like the one from Cali, it's from San Diego that I want. So hopefully we get him, and we just coming over here just to fuck shit up. So I'm not gonna hold like accountable for people getting fucked up by my 7-on-7 because bitch, we that good. But it was a bad day. It was a bad day for him. You know how you say nobody ever loses you a game? Nah, that motherfucker lost them that game. He lost them that game. Like that bitch was like their defense didn't do much either. The only thing that happened was Brody was on B5 and he was trying to shut that shit down. And so we went the other way and it wasn't good for the other corners. So we don't fear SFE around here. We don't fear no express. So, but anyways, though, that would be my only BS when it comes to Jaden. But of course, they got their asses whooped by us. We're fucking like that. So, yeah.
Next, we have another recruit to talk about, and this is none other than a legacy right here. So, 4-star wide receiver Devin Carter has flipped from Auburn to Florida State, standing at 6'1", 175 pounds. This wide receiver has been committed to Auburn Tigers since January. His dad, Dexter Carter, played running back for FSU and was drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. James, I know he's been on the radar, the recruitment radar for a while now, and he took his visit a couple not too long ago. We wanted him to flip, and it happened, and we checked off another legacy.
Yep. Was really good. He was one of our first commits, if I remember correctly, then decommitted from us. I think he decommitted from us before last season. If I remember correctly. If I talk about an ass whipping we gave, I will talk about an ass whipping that was given to us. Devin played for C1N for Cam Newton's 7-on-7 team, and in the sevens, like they called us that we was whipping ass and then they whooped our ass. Now we were about to get our rematch, but some shit happened that wasn't cool, but whatever. Sevens is the best tournament. But yeah, I went over to Dex after it as like, hey man, he ain't had to whoop our ass like that, dog. That was uncalled. That was fucking uncalled for. We couldn't stop him. We played. We tried to man them up straight across the board, and he took our lunch money. So kudos to him rejoining. There's so many. There's him. There's Thomas from the Arizona area. Brody Jennings went on a visit a couple of days ago. There's another Cromartie. There's Timmons. So what is that? 5 I just named? Like shit. Like it doesn't have to be kudos. First off, kudos to Mike and them. Because everybody was giving them heat. Now they got a top 10 class. It's not going to finish out there. There's some squads that don't have as many commits, but they're doing a little bit better right now than what people were thinking. And like if they just stick with legacies, and they're gonna be fine. Like just the legacy should be layups. And kids who grew up FSU fans should be layups, and we're just making it a little harder than what it needs to be. But outside of that, man, bump it. That's their job. If they want to live stressful, hey, as long as they're producing results, top 10 class currently right now, with some more guys on the way. They've got a couple crystal balls for a few others. So if those guys, like I think there's 3 other 3-stars, whatever. If those guys come in, they'll bump up to potentially the 6 rated class for a class of 2026.
Next, you have the 4-star tight end Xavier Tiller committing to FSU.
You know what? Let's go find some film since we end this. I don't know anything about Xavier, and I've never watched Devin's film. So if we can find that stuff, let's see if it's enjoyable. We also you got the big bitch. Did you see that? The big offensive lineman that committed, Jada? We had a decommit from Jones High School.
Right.
And,
I saw
and
that.
then we had another O lineman commit, but he doesn't have any stars. But let's see. Well, he's not a sophomore, so I hate when they don't have the updated film. Okay. Well, that should have been football field. It's just a game. Well, let's see what he got. So Roswell, that's where Jaden went. Luisa's grandson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nah, Jaden only been like, wait, damn, three years out of high school. Oh yeah, actually, now I think about it, he is old. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to assume, all right, he's 14, hopefully. Okay, make your money then. All right, I like that. Like that, he made something. That's where your money gonna get made. Fake toss. All right, brother. When you get that catch, you gotta. Oh, never mind. My bad. I talked to. Okay. All right. Let's see what another school looks like. He made 2 plays against Roswell. All right. Cool. Yeah, man. They're gonna make sure they get their bread. I need to buy one of them huddle accounts like the colleges where I could just. I don't want to see all this shit. I just want to see what I need to see. All right. What was his measurables, Jaden?
You're talking about
Tiller.
Okay.
Nice.
Right here. He is 6'5", 225.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I'm with it. You got another play like this? Because that's all. If we being honest, dog, everybody wants too much of the tight. If they can run an arrow, run a drag every now and then, over right here, over route, boom, make okay. Oh, he ain't finna. Okay. All right. Okay, escorting the dude out the club. I like that. He can block a little bit. All right. I hate this wait for it. What am I waiting for? Okay. Yep. Oh, all right. Sign him up. We got a little something, got a frame to work with. Put some pounds on him. Like runs the routes that we need him to run, can catch. Oh, okay. Finds the space. Not afraid of it. All right. Well, shit. He better than the tight ends we had last year. Them bitches, well, outside of the Jits. I don't want to make the Jits mad. The young ones, he's better than that the white boy. What was the white boy name that dropped everything? Oh, man, right there. Just easy money. Big target. I'm good. I'm good with this one. This is good stuff right here. Good pick up there. All right. I don't have to like every recruit, but we like to get more drops. Kyle Moore drops. Like I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay. It's good. It's good get.
This is what you were mentioning earlier, James, the class of 2026 offensive lineman, Luke Francis, who is from England, from the United Kingdom, but he is playing at the Coral Gables Senior High School in Coral Gables, Florida, standing at 6'5", 335 pounds. Like I said, is originally from England, but James, like you mentioned, no stars according to 247 Sports. So taking a chance.
Ugly, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ugly. So we might be okay here. I don't really know how much I trust blokes from across the pond. Like, it bothers me because he looked like that, and I know he's gonna sound like Idris Elba. And like, I want him to talk like all the British actors that play hood dudes. If please, if he could do that, that would help tremendously. I don't know if Coral Gables High is any good, but like, I'm not mad at taking a swing on this young man to see if he develops into something. So kudos to him. I'm sure there's no film on him.
I wanted to pull up the latest 2026 football recruit rankings. Like James previously mentioned, we have now cracked that top 10 spot, coming in at number 10, having the 10th highest recruitment class for the 2026 year. You see, we are currently above Florida, Minnesota, LSU, Illinois, UCLA with the most recent batch of commitments, James.
And we got some linebackers that are intrigued by us. We got some pretty good guys looking forward to try to become Knowles. So hell, this isn't better than last year's. I think last year we had a higher class or some more momentum. Better quality recruits across the board, I think, top to bottom. I used to have it up here still, but I got rid of some of it. But we were trying to get matter of fact, last year we was trying to get a blow. What the kid they called him Snowfall. We tried to get Snowfall. We were struggling in the DB units. But we'll see how they finish up when it comes to all of this stuff. And hey, a lot of people were crying about no momentum and no traction. Now you got some traction. So I mean, hey, damn, like, y'all called them out and they heard and they said, watch this. And now we got pot roast out there talking shit. And I'm cool with it.
Speaking of talking trash, James, it is funny that you mentioned that because our QB has been saying some things online, on air. So, Florida State quarterback Thomas Castellanos tells Pete Nakos he's dreamed of playing against Bama, saying, quote, "They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me. Not us, but me," unquote, James. So a lot of people have been throwing heat at Castellanos. This tweet was actually pinned on the On3 Twitter. There's 1.8 million views right there. Do you think he will regret saying they don't have time? They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me ahead of their week 1 matchup.
Listen, man. I see this has got everybody in the fan base split. Some people's panties are in the wad. Some people are like, I was in the spaces earlier today, and I'm not going to hold you. Like, what the fuck y'all want Jit to say? Y'all don't want him to say nothing, then cool. Like, that's okay. That ain't how he built. If Alabama going to beat us, if this is the Alabama of old, right? Alabama going to beat you by 50 whether you speak or whether you don't speak. Because that's just what bullies do. And the problem is a lot of y'all take this fake bullyism. You subscribe to a bullyism that nobody recognizes. Because see, if I could boat race you and mercy rule you, I'm going to do it, regardless of if you talk shit or regardless of if you don't say nothing. My goal is, I remember when I first saw Jimbo, I went to a game and Jimbo would say, offense's job is to score. Every drive we score. Like he would say some things and the offense would repeat it. And I was like, now they didn't score very much that year, but what I like is because that's what I tell guys. Every drive, our objective is to score, whether we're at the point of them submitting or not. I am a scorched earth. I want you to feel like it was Hiroshima and Nagasaki if I'm playing you, if I have the opportunity. Now, TC is going to speak his truth. And I love it. You know who didn't say shit at all last year? DJ Ukulele. He was very quiet and very humble, and we got our asses kicked. And y'all complained the entire year. You know who was humble? Luke. Right now, it's a little bit of paprika, a little bit of hot sauce sprinkled on the fucking game. And I like that shit. Talk your shit, youngin', because, hey, it's either going to work or it's not going to work. But it's not going to change the line. It is not going to change what Alabama is going to try to do when they walk into Doak S. Campbell Stadium on August 30th at 3:30 p.m. It's not going to change any of that shit. I hate when you guys are going around like, oh, you should be humble. Like, no. Humility doesn't work. You don't like humble. You only like humble on certain people. Don't dim your light. Get out there. And if you get your ass whooped, then fine. They're going to talk shit about you getting your ass whooped anyway. Like, but this also coming from a guy whose first ever article that he ever wrote was Alabama don't take this ass whooping personally. And, you know, hey, if he wins, he'll be Broadway Joe in Tallahassee. He called his shot. If he loses, just beat Miami and four weeks later, and everything will be forgiven. If you go down 3-2, everybody, if you don't win 8 to 9 games, all of y'all are gone, and you'll be a blip in FSU history anyway. So I like it, because if it works, the dude's gonna have all the. I tell you what, let FSU beat Bama, regardless of if Thomas has a great game or not. Watch, this will be the catalyst of getting him talked about on the news for the month of September. And that's all you can ask for. And that's all, and that's what Florida State used to be, was talking shit and backing it up. Bobby didn't want us to always have like what do you call it? Bulletin board material, but he also wanted us to have bulletin board material. He loved the confidence and the cockiness. So I'm cool with it. Oh, Luke, we found a bloke. All right, let's see. And we're supposed to have another tight end that's about to commit and another big ass offensive lineman. So, are you deleted it? Like, how they be so dark skinned in London and they ain't got no damn. All right, let's see. Let's see what Tia Crumpet's talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Who is he? Oh, he's on D. He's a D lineman? No, I mean, we'll see. It says all-time highlights. Yeah, I don't really like him as a D lineman.
Apparently, this is some NFL Academy thing.
Yeah, this looks like some. Yeah, I mean, that was okay. This running back is ass. All right, like I don't see anybody I'm liking. All right. Hey, listen, they can shift him over to the O-line, make something happen. Hey, you can't buy that size. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys. I haven't got no problem. They gotta coach it up, but like hey, we ain't gotta go. I mean, technically we didn't go across the pond, we went down south, but like there's gotta be something a little bit better than that. I like if you ask me him or the Jones kid, I probably want to keep the kid from Jones and not let that kid go to Miami. But I mean, all right, cool. What else we got?
You mentioned Bobby Bowden earlier. So the college football tracker account on Twitter decided to give us a blast from the past. They recently been doing this with legendary coaches such as Bowden and Steve Spurrier from Florida. So this is Bobby Bowden's record versus each ACC team from 1992, the beginning year when FSU joined the conference, through his final season in 2009. And he has 12 ACC titles, the conference record. So 2-3 against Boston College, 13-5 against Clemson, 16-0 against Duke, 12-2 against Georgia Tech, 16-2 against Maryland, 3-3 against Miami, but 14-21 overall record to Miami from 1976 to 2009. 13-5 against NC State, 13-1 against UNC, 13-2 against Virginia, 2-1 against VT, and then 15-3 when you're looking at Wake Forest. So he is a combined 118-27 versus ACC teams while in the conference. Man, just wanted to give everybody a blast from the past and remind everyone of how dominant Bobby was in his time in the ACC.
Definitely that guy. Changed the entire brand of football for the conference. So, really, man, it's very few people gonna ever, even if the game didn't change, the run that the old man had was crazy. So, I'm grateful. Took a lot of young colored kids like me out of the hood and made lives for us, man. God can only imagine what some of us would be doing. I told y'all some of these stories, man. These motherfuckers was crazy, man. Mm-hmm. Listen, I've had people tell me, "How could you?" Like, listen, bro, I don't give a fuck what. He was an old ass white man from Alabama. You could have put a brick of salt as the Republican candidate. He wasn't voting for the damn Democrat. I already know what was happening, dog. All I know is when that man was alive, for the time that I was alive, like the time that he entered my life to when he passed, he wasn't nothing but good to me. Like he wasn't Tommy Tuberville, I can tell you that. Oh shit! There was a coach who said he's gonna hang. Oh no, that wasn't a real coach. That was a high school trainer that put kill. Yeah.
What was the dude's name?
I forgot. It was yeah. In his defense, Atlanta. I had just left Atlanta, and I had some of the same thoughts that he was having. But his friend was like Gutter, like Biggie's friend Gutter. I don't ever want to meet. Like I tell you about Gutter though, like Gutter was on Vlad, and Gutter was like, "Hey man, I don't know what Big was talking about, man." I'm sorry, I gotta believe the dead, dog. Like, why are you diabolical in so many of Biggie's rap lyrics? Gutter, you a terrible person, man. Yeah, but shout out to Bobby B.
I was searching through the internet and saw this so super fascinating college football 2026 cover concept, but this is for the state of Florida specifically. Man, if they decide to do something like this, a Florida or like a state by state special edition, this cover would be pretty dope in my opinion. I like how they added the big three right here. James, would you be a fan if they did cover concept arts for each of the top states, like a Texas, Georgia, Florida, et cetera, et cetera?
I mean, I think that'd be something that'd be cool that they do. I just think people try to like, I'm cool with Big Three. I've learned a lot more about this Big Three Twitter stuff in the last, since 2018. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I didn't know none of this shit existed when I was playing. I knew I didn't like Florida, and I knew there was a rivalry between Miami. I did not know it was this deep, the way that everybody kind of just goes apart. But like, you don't have to make a cover with me with any of them. I don't want them to be successful at anything. So today was very tough for me because Vernon Hargraves the third and Tramel Jones were at practice today, and I couldn't help but take shots. We were doing 110s today, and I said, this ain't no pussy ass fucking Florida workout. Like he go get this work. But yeah, but it looks kind of cool. It looks very more Florida Miami-ish, like than I would like it to look. Got my guy Carson on the cover.
Yes, Carson Beck was on the cover. And speaking of Miami, it's funny that we're on this topic right now because Wisconsin has filed a tampering lawsuit against Miami over former defensive back Xavier Lucas's recruitment. This has to do with the Hurricanes allegedly poaching Lucas from the Wisconsin Badgers. I know we previously discussed this when there was news of the potential lawsuit, but it is official. The lawsuit has been filed, James. So what are your thoughts on this poaching allegation from Wisconsin to Miami and the coach himself, Mr. Mario Cristobal?
I guess what I want to know is what are the were we able to click on or is this one of them pay articles you got to have? Because I want to know what's Wisconsin's end goal. Because clearly the kid don't want to be at Wisconsin. So, like, we're understanding that part. And who is going to enforce the penalties against the University of Miami? Now, if there isn't any fiscal penalty, I don't think the NCAA is going to come over and do shit. And I want to know. Because I want to know what this is going to prevent. Like, you going to sue Miami for $1 million? I guess I don't understand what they want. Because he left. He clearly doesn't want to be in Wisconsin. He wants to be in Miami. And is the kid good like that? I don't know. But this is these would be the things that I want to get. But like, if the goal is to make Miami suffer, I think they should try to get a percentage of whatever the collective raised. That's the only way that they'll learn. So what are they saying actually happened?
They're saying, quote, in a first of its kind and perhaps a president-setting move, Wisconsin is seeking unspecified damages, transparency, and accountability for Miami for interfering with the binding revenue share contract between Wisconsin and Xavier Lucas, a former defensive back who left the program in January to compete at Miami. It was a groundbreaking decision in which Lucas transferred without entering the portal. It had already closed after signing the contract with the Badgers. Back in January, Wisconsin released a statement on the matter where they accused Miami of tampering, citing credible information, and threatened to pursue legal action as a result of the situation. Quote, the lawsuit details what transpired in the winter among the three parties, Wisconsin, Miami, and Lucas. UW claims that Miami communicated with Lucas despite knowing he had entered a contract with the school, something it terms as intentional interference that was not justified or privileged and caused Lucas to breach his contract. Additionally, the suit alleged that Miami interfered with UW-Madison's relationship with Lucas by making impermissible contact with him and engaging in tampering. It's been reported that Wisconsin and Lewis agreed to a 2-year revenue share agreement that was set to begin July 1st. That's why Wisconsin refused to enter Lucas's name into the portal when he requested a transfer, but he found a way around it, withdrawing from classes and enrolling academically at Miami in January. And he played football, high school football at American Heritage, where he was a 4-star prospect. He was the number 331st overall player from that 2024 cycle. Lucas totaled 18 tackles as a freshman at Wisconsin this past season. The defensive back also added 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and an interception.
Why didn't Miami get this guy in 2024? Like, they're doing this a lot of work for this, man. Well, you know what? Fine. kudos to them. I hope it works out. I hope Miami loses. That's all I got to say.
Speaking of Miami losing, they did lose to Iowa State in that Pop-Tart Bowl, but their friends, James, are making a comeback. So the Pop-Tart Bowl's mascot will be available in the EA College Football 2026 game. And man, that the Pop-Tart Bowl broke the internet. So hopefully I'll see a lot of memes from the Pop-Tart in the game itself. But Miami
Hands
has
down best mascot right now in bowls.
for sure. For sure, the best mascot in the bowls. But that will lead us to our NFL segment. And we're going to start here at home first with some money moves of today. So this person is getting our money moves segment of today. And that's none other than our first round pick,
Big
Travis Hunter. So Travis Hunter officially signed his 4-year, $46.65 million fully guaranteed contract. His $30.57 million signing bonus, paid entirely up front, sets a new record, making him the first non-quarterback not drafted first overall. He was drafted number 2 to receive his entire signing bonus up front. The deal was negotiated by Addy Von Gontard and Ray Hija of Young Money APAA Sports. That is Lil Wayne's company. Yes, that same Young Money Sports. So James, I know he was one of the last rookies left to sign this deal. So he's gotten the deal. I know we're still waiting on Shamar Stewart, and I believe only a couple more, if any. But Travis did sign his deal, James, and making him the first non-quarterback not drafted first overall to receive his entire signing bonus up front.
It was he got 30.5, it said.
30.57.
7. So times, hold on, my bad. We can go minus. I learned this from in Jamaica, man. This chick was crazy with it. We're gonna go about 35%. So he about to walk away with close to 20. That's a lot. And then 4 million, that like you, boof. That's a lot of dinero, bro. Hold on. 0.45. Wow. It's crazy how money can just make you money. Like he can just take this money, this bread, and put it in in an investment account. It make damn near $900,000 a year. And not touch it. Just let that money make you money. And then he's getting $4 million a year from like with the rest of it.
That's why players are retiring earlier.
They just don't need this shit.
Yeah,
like it's called fuck you money. Like if I have fuck you money, when you have fuck you money, this fuck you money isn't about how much money you really make. It's just about being in a place where you're just content. You don't have to do anything. His amount of fuck you money isn't the same amount as everybody else's fuck you money because his biggest expense is his bitch. And I don't mean that in a negative way, Travis. That's your chick. I hope y'all last forever. I am unlike everybody else. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do believe, your biggest expense is your old lady. All you like to do is fish and play football. And I'm with you. But like, that's big money, dog. Worth every penny of it. Worth every penny of it.
Huge shout out to Travis Hunter on signing that contract with the team, your rookie deal, your first ever NFL contract. And I'm super excited to see how your future will pan out. And speaking of Jaguars, James.
Again, let's go back real quick. I just want everybody who keeps saying that a prenup would have done absolutely nothing for Travis. Prenup, the only way the prenup would have worked, right, is if he would have waited until after he signed the contract to get married to her. Any new money coming in is theirs. And on top of that, even if you have property, if she pays 1 penny towards your property, she has a claim to your property, regardless of if you came into it beforehand. So like, I just want everybody to realize that, like, I know what we think a prenup does, like, it doesn't. And you don't even have to be a marriage and family counselor. Go get married. They actually make you did you know you have to take a test? You gotta like answer some fucking questions before they just let you get married. Yeah, like they'll let you know that. Like, oh yeah, did you know that if she puts any money into your account, like that's her account? No. So, dog, and she got the baby too. Dog, she said she already did what she needed to do. Sometimes you just gotta chalk it up, dog. We all stupid over the first good piece of pussy we didn't have before. Yeah. I mean, you just haven't had an opportunity to make $30 million. Like it have a girl. Yeah, man, that's wild. I feel bad for him. But he's happy. I just don't want, I'm not gonna worry myself about my son's just gonna have to know the game a little different than everybody else.
Speaking of a current Jaguar, let's go back to a former Jaguar. That is Jalen Ramsey, who we did decide to draft to our organization, but sadly left after his rookie deal. Now he's looking for a new home, James, and there's been some speculation that he prefers to be traded to the West Coast. He went from Jacksonville to the Rams to the Dolphins, and he's looking to go back to the West Coast to these teams. 49ers, Rams, or the Chargers. Man, I would love to see him join Derwin James, 2 NILs on the Chargers. I think that would be dope to see. But the Rams is obviously a tough team, never counting them out with their last Super Bowl win in 2021. Also, the Niners, too, has a NIL on there who's killing the game. One of the young star defensive backs in the league, I might add. So, James, where would you like to see him go from these 3 teams right here?
If he goes to the Rams, I'm just gonna like the Rams even more. I mean, is there really a place that's bad? Like, you know what it looks like? He wants to be surrounded with some familiarity, with some Knowles, because that's 3 teams with Knowles. But I think the Rams would give him a better opportunity to be able to play and compete right away. 49ers going to have some stuff that they're going to have to deal with. But I guess I would like him to go back to the Rams.
That's a solid choice. Yeah, with any team to me, it's okay as long as he's joining the Seminole, and he does have some elite Seminole company from those 3 West Coast. Those 3 West Coast teams right there. So since we're talking about the past, let's look at the last 10 overall picks and see what you would grade them, James. So ML Football has done this recently, and I want to share this list to see if you agree and what alterations you would make. So this is stretching back all the way from our boy NIL. It's funny, we're on the same train of thought with Jameis Winston, stretching from him all the way to this most recent, number 1 overall pick, with that being Caleb Williams. So, James, let's start from 2015 and work our way up to last year's draft about these grades and if you would change these grades.
I mean, you can only give Jameis a C because he hasn't really getting the opportunity to do much more. Miles, definitely. Baker, fair. I don't see Kyler Murray being ranked that high as a B+. Joe Burrow, fine. I don't know about A+. Well, no, you got to give him A because Joe Burrow's been in the Super Bowl or been to the game. My bad. I mean, to the AFC Championship. So I give him that.
You've been to the Super Bowl too.
It was a Super Bowl. Okay, I'll make sure I wasn't wrong. Trevor, Trevor Lawrence should get the same grade as Jameis Winston. Trayvon, I give a B minus. Why does Bryce Young get a C plus? And I'm not sure why Caleb's getting a B. I can see somebody giving him maybe an incomplete, but like, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of. I think some of these grades are a little bit too are too heavy-handed on the positive side. A plus should be saved for a franchise guy. That's why I think he deserves an A plus, because he's a franchise guy. Joe Burrow, I'll give you that, franchise guy. Baker Mayfield is such a franchise guy that this is like his third franchise in that amount of time. So like that grade doesn't fit to what you're saying with the number one overall pick as far as grades go. I would also argue that, is there somebody else in that top 15 of that draft are they arguably better than the person that was number one overall? Also, is there a better person in that player's position than that person? That's what I will argue. Is Trevor Lawrence the best player in his draft class? Just in general, like, but definitely from that position, yeah, because it sucked. Justin Fields would be the only one that's kind of comparable right now, and he's on his third team. Bryce Young should get lower because every day we have to watch CJ Stroud get better. I just think it's a little bit, to me, I just think it's a little lazy, that grade.
We have two similar posts coming up next. So this is from ML Football as well. The first one being the best non-quarterback player on each NFL team. And this is a current list of players. This is not all time. So these are the best players on each NFL team, excluding the quarterback position. And I'm excited to see what you all will say in the chat, everybody. But most importantly, to see what you will say, James. Starting off with the home team, let's just go there. Jaguars right there, close to the middle. BT7 is the best non-QB player on each NFL team. That's what ML Football had to say. Not a hot take with that one. Then staying in the AFC South, you have Quentin Nelson, Will Anderson, and Jeffrey Simmons. Some other notable names. Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens. I don't know if I would have put him over Derrick Henry just yet, but I'm not too mad at that. Myles Garrett, obviously. TJ Watt, obviously. Jamar Chase, no brainer with that one. Garrett Wilson on the Jets. Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins. Pat Surtain next to the Chargers down there. Rashawn Slater for the Chargers. Max Crosby. Chris Jones. Jalen Carter with the Eagles. Micah Parsons with the Cowboys. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, with the Commanders, and a couple more names in the mix like Puka, Bosa, Hutchinson. James, do you see any teams or any names on this list that pop out to you that you would change? I know you really like Amon-Ra on the Lions. Would you exchange him for Aiden Hutchinson, for example?
Man, Aiden, I can't lie. Aiden was in rare form when he was doing that, but you got two running backs that I would pick too. It's a couple other guys that I would pick from the Lions that you can have that you can argue. But I mean, I'm not mad at this list. Jalen Carter, every time I remember, Jalen Carter's the dude who killed a teammate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in a car accident.
I mean, I was gonna say it's sad that, but no, maybe that's how you should do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if my guy has to, what's my dude's name? Shit. Henry Ruggs got to like remember it, like just-
Yeah, I feel
Mm.
it.
but yeah, just getting clarity, like, or makes enough play. But he's a defensive guy.
On the 49ers, I saw in the comments section that the ML football choice of Nick Bosa was retorted with Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Trent Williams. Whew, I think those are all dogs that could be, like you
Trent
said.
Williams definitely
Yeah.
deserves to be that guy.
For real. For sure.
When you have a
That's what
Hall
I'd
of
say.
Famer on your team that you know is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, you got to give the respect. Like, I'm with TJ Watt. Right? Like, TJ Watt's that guy. Myles Garrett, as long as he's there, he's clearly your best player. He's not best player. It doesn't you don't even have to say non-quarterback.
Yeah.
You know they're not picking the nut ass freak bull.
So to cap off this NFL section for today, we have one more of the similar infographic, James. This time it is all-time wide receivers for the respective team. So the first one that immediately caught my eye was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Would you have Hines Ward over Antonio Brown as the best wide receiver of all time for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Ooh. Oh.
I don't know.
Man. That's...
Hines Ward was integral to their running game plays at the time.
Yeah.
Too, with that outside block.
Yeah, that's
AB is one of the most talented things.
Yeah, AB is just talented, but Hines is just overall. You know what? Let's just keep it a full bean. Well, damn. Wow. So 13 years versus 8 years, right? 217 games played, 130 games played. Hines is the all-time leading receiver in Steelers history, but not by a lot. Only by about 800 yards, with 3 more seasons to have accomplished that.
But a whole different type of game.
Yeah, different type of game. Definitely different type of game. Consistent quarterback. It's just, but you got guys like Lynn Swan. But I gotta give it. I'm nope. Gotta go. I'm going with Hines. Hines did everything.
Yeah.
Hines did everything.
He was just so necessary. Does AB have a ring?
Yeah, AB got a ring.
Okay.
With Tom Brady, he got the championship. Some other notable names. Obviously, you got the likes of Jerry Rice, Julio Jones, and Larry Fitzgerald for their respective teams. Randy Moss and Megatron for the Vikings and the Lions as well. Michael Thomas for the Saints. Odell Beckham Jr. for the Giants. Tyreek Hill being the best wide receiver of all time for the Chiefs. Obviously having the Super Bowl success with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes before he went to the Miami Dolphins. And you have Mr. Smith for the Jaguars, Jimmy Smith as the best
Cocaine
wide
Cowboy.
receiver. So James, any pushback for the Jaguar selection right here on this list?
Not at all.
It could have been Black Man. Could have been Black Man. Could have been him, man.
Oh, never mind. That might be us.
So yeah, these are some of the notable names on the list as well.
I
See
don't
anything
like-
you disagree with?
I like Sterling Sharp with Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
The best receiver in college football is named after a specific Caucasian. It is not called the Tim Brown Award. It's called the Biletnikoff Award. So I want Freddie B to be there. I just thought about Odell Beckham. Is he the most popular? Like, was he better than Plaxico? Like, there's got to be other. There's got to be other receivers. Yeah. Now I think about it, you got. They gotta. There's got to be other ones. I gotta check this out because this doesn't make. Because you got Plaxico Burress, I believe, was just as good.
You have Victor Cruz, Amani Toomer as well.
I didn't realize Ike Hilliard was that guy with them as well. Yeah, you're talking about a guy who had under 6,000 yards receiving. There's no way he's the best. Who do the Eagles have?
The Eagles have, let me see, Deshaun Jackson.
He was only there for 1 year. That's the only problem that you got to have with it. Like, I think the two young bulls they have right now will end up being the best. I know nobody knows who Harold Carmichael is. But he is the one that's at the top. Deshaun Jackson isn't far off. It's amazing that they don't really have for such a storied franchise. Like Zach Ertz is 5th all time in receiving for the Eagles. Who do the Bills have? Andre Reed. Okay. Cool. Colts. Yup. Jamar Chase. To say that now, I don't think people realize how good T.O. was. I'm not T.O. Chad Johnson was. Or Hushmanzada.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where the Panthers? I know the Panthers. Okay, I was about to say Panthers better have Steve Smith.
Odell is actually number 2 all time on the New York Giants receiving list, James, and Toomer is at the top, and he's the only wide receiver to get over 6,000 yards out of everybody else in the Giants franchise, and Odell came in 2nd place while playing way less games, I might add.
Oh, that's what I was looking. So Redskins got my dog, Art Monk. I went to school with his daughter at Florida State. Like, it was crazy. She didn't even realize like how good her dad was. Like she was like, she dated a regular dude. It's a shame. People were trying to get her jeans.
That has capped off our NFL segment. Now let's move on to the big games BS segment for today. First, we're starting off with the NBA Finals. If you guys did not know, the Oklahoma City Thunder have won the 2024-2025 NBA Championship. They won last night at home, 103-91 against the Indiana Pacers. And if you guys did not already know, the star point guard of the Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton, suffered what is now revealed as a torn Achilles in the first quarter of Game 7. I have a video right here to show you guys. where you can actually see it kind of vibrating. It's going to be his right foot. So make sure you guys take a look at his right foot.
Ooh.
I was watching this.
Wow.
You could see immediately no contact. It was a wrap.
Yeah, overextended. But yeah, it's just a tough thing. If that thing was tight already, it's just, yeah. One of the loudest screams I've ever heard was from somebody popping their Achilles. It sounded like a gunshot.
That's what.
And then the scream, the pain. Like I saw somebody say, "Oh, you can walk with that." I'm like, man, fuck that. Y'all been listening to too much Kobe lore. Like that shit hurts, man. Like it's okay to be tough, dog. Like it's okay, but like it's also like, all right, bro. Like you ain't gotta be that tough of a guy.
It's crazy this playoff.
So I'll read the box scores from the game, some notable scores, and then I'll recap the glorious Oklahoma City season and a notable players. So the Thunder won 103-91 last night. SGA led all scorers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 29 points. He also had 12 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. J-Dub, Jalen Williams scored 20 points. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And then Chet did his thing as well. He went 6 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from three-pointer, 5 from 8 from the free throw line, scoring 18 points, accumulating 8 rebounds, and getting 5 blocks to go along with 1 steal. So Tyrese Haliburton only played 7 minutes, but Benedict Mathurin showed up for the Pacers. He was the leading scorer off the bench, scoring 24 points, going 10 for 10 from the free throw line in 33 minutes. And TJ McConnell did his thing. TJ Nash, as some will call him, coming off the bench, scoring 16 points. But Obi Toppin did not show up, scored 0 points. Miles Turner had 6 points. Aaron Nesmith had 3 points as well. And I just want to read some facts about the Thunder. So with an average age of 25.6, OKC is the second youngest team to ever win the NBA title. The first youngest team to win an NBA title is in 1976-77 Portland Trailblazers, led by the young Bill Walton at the time, RIP. And they the Thunder set an NBA record with 12 wins by at least 30 points, and this is from the regular season and playoffs combined. So the Thunder became the 4th team in NBA history to win 84 or more games in a season, including the playoffs, joining the 2015-16 Warriors, 95-96 Bulls, and the 96-97 Bulls. Shai was named the 2025 NBA Finals MVP after another historic season where he won the scoring title, won the regular season MVP, and he became the first player to achieve this since the conference finals MVP were introduced in 2022. Shai also becomes the 4th player in NBA history to win the regular season MVP, the scoring title, and NBA Finals MVP while leading his team to a championship, joining Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, and Lou Alcindor, now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So he is in elite company, and the Thunder are getting super young still. They have a lot of draft picks coming up within these next couple years. Their team is young, average age of 25.6 years old. So the sky's the limit for them. And huge shout out to Sam Presti, their general manager. James, did you watch the game last night?
I did not. I didn't, but shout out to Shy Glizzy. I do remember betting on him a couple games this year, and congratulations. I don't care. but it's cool to see another team that's not a big market team win, because it's not often that happens. Like in all the years of the NBA, most of the teams that win come from big markets. So I think that's cool.
Every player who tore their Achilles in these playoffs wore the number 0 with Haliburton recently being added on that list. Going from left to right, you see Jason Tatum having that Achilles tear. Tyrese Haliburton, and then lastly, Damian Lillard, who suffered that against the Indiana Pacers, but all wearing that number 0. You can see all of them right here. They even got their pictures for them. But man, what a crazy coincidence what that number 0 we're wearing.
It's got bad juju on it. Don't wear 0.
We're going to transition to some NFL talk now. And we're already planning on next year's Super Bowl halftime performance because there's been rumors that Jay-Z is rumored to headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. It's going to be in California and at the 49ers Stadium. So, James, I know you're a fan. How excited would you be to see a Jay-Z headlined 2026 Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, bro, I'm going. I'm not leaving. I'm getting a fucking ticket. Like I will be at the game. Like I have absolutely zero desire. Like Jaden, you went on the trip. Like what is the one thing we've all said? Like the game. Oh my god, game. But if the halftime show, and I definitely was not interested. I didn't want to hear the halftime show. Then that wasn't for me. But like Jay-Z is. This is what I believe halftime shows should be. It's not for the kids. It's for adults. Like this should be your thing that you get and do this. And like I saw somebody say Jay-Z doesn't have a catalog. I said, the fuck is wrong with you? Jay-Z has songs that are scores. Like New York was in Men in Black 3, I think that was. Like he's gonna make money from that for the rest of his life. Like he bumped out. Like if I say New York right now, it doesn't matter unless you're a 65-plus-year-old white man. You're going to sing the Alicia Keys version, and you're not going to sing Frank Sinatra. He bumped out. He actually even says it in the song. I'm the new Sinatra. Like Jay got bars, dog. Like it's a person who just really dislikes the fact that he didn't become a billionaire on accident. I can tell you that much. But I was looking at this thing where they said Rumi, I guess whatever his daughter, when you find out that your dad is more than just a stay-at-home dad, because you don't see Jay-Z performing like that no more. He's let Beyonce have her time. But like Jay can come on there. Like Jay was performing in front of on a 360 stage, and everybody was rocking out to his songs. And it's kind of like imagine not knowing your dad is that guy, right? But like he's that guy, and I think it's cool. Shoot, hire yourself, make it. I mean, you're not really making no money, and nobody else really deserves it. Like, I mean, as far as the culture, right? But I would like him to go ahead. Oh my goodness. I just thought about wow. I would retire after this because y'all don't deserve him. All this bullshit y'all put him through, like with this stuff. Imagine Jay-Z, you know how many the mashup album. Imagine Jay-Z bringing Linkin Park up there and doing that and just doing a couple songs off of that. Now you got the Rockers. You got the hip hop. You got everything. He should do something off of each album and have his wardrobe change like he did a couple years ago, where he recreated every album cover. Like, just he couldn't do it. And that's the crazy part is he can do pop. And I would probably be disappointed because I like things like the original Dead Presidents. Like one day you coasting the SL but can't post bail. Alibis ain't catching up. Alibis ain't matching up. Bullshit catching up. Hit with the Rico. They repoed your Pico. Shit was all good just a week ago. Ready to start snitching, ain't you? Ready to start bitching, ain't you? I forgive your weak ass. Hustling just ain't you. Aside from the fast cars, honeys that shake their ass in bars, you know you wouldn't be at odds with the underworld killers, carriers and Mac Millers, East Coast bodyers, West Coast caterpillars, little monkey niggas turned gorillas, all full of octane. Like he's telling you the ills of the game, and everybody's like he's glorifying it. Nah, he's saying these are the decisions that you're gonna have to make. You're either gonna die or you're gonna be a snitch because the game gonna eventually catch you. But nah, man, I would just, man, that I am getting into that stadium if that happens.
Definitely has a great discography to perform and a bunch of acts he could potentially bring out to perform. Got Rihanna, you got Beyonce, you got Linkin Park, Umbrella, you got Run This Town, but you can't bring out Kanye, so you might not do that song. But yeah, he has a lot of artists and songs to pick from for sure. So I hope he can get to perform at the halftime show. Like somebody said in the chat, Jason said he's just gonna hire himself, and I guess he is. So we gonna see if he ends up writing the check himself. But
like, who would y'all want to see? Like who's another, like, I'm trying to think of like somebody I just from another genre that I would just really just enjoy.
Chris Brown.
Oh, hell yeah. But he can't do Breezy because he don't fuck with Breezy like that, you know? Because, damn, he should get Breezy. Breezy would tear it down, dog. Man, yeah, Breezy would be cold. Is there somebody, like, nah, I'm not. If they do Taylor Swift, I'll be so disappointed. But anyway, it got me excited about the Super Bowl. All the way in San Francisco.
Yep, I'm excited to hopefully see Jay-Z come across that screen, man, perform some bangers as well. But James, I know this probably popped up on your timeline, and a lot of people have been giving B. Simone a lot of pressure because she was recently on a podcast and she mentioned how her funds isn't as liquid as it used to be. Performances have been slowing up, gigs have been slowing up, but you know, the internet does not forget anything. So they got a video of her on live stream talking about how she wouldn't date a man with a 9-to-5 job. And look what they edited up in this video.
We ain't got the sound. You heard me, Moss?
Yeah, it's not me playing. Jaden, there's no sound on this one.
Oh yeah, nobody can hear it. Why she looked like Gina in that.
Let me see if I can get this sound to work.
But it'd be funny while you getting that though. It is a little hilarious how this stuff works.
Here, let me try it again. Let me know if you can hear it, James.
He can't have a 9-to-5.
Yeah, I can hear it.
What? Why not? You don't want to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn, beautiful.
Just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
Yeah. He can't.
H&M ain't cheap, man. Like these are the fellas. This is why I always try to tell people, man, stop arguing with certain women. These are the women that are arguing with you about how they're too good for 50-50.
That's not a real person.
Like, statistically speaking, if I'm paying 100%, if somebody wants to go 90-10 with me, if you want to put 10% down and I like you enough, man, that's good. 50-50 is a bargain for people. But like now she's like, I can't do with 9 to 5. That was right when the COVID stuff was just jumping off. But you gotta remember too, she says she don't bathe every day too. So like little baby got problems. I forgot who I know she was with the guy who was an influencer. I'm assuming that she's not with that. But like, brother, like she just looked like a headache. And then I don't like the women that can cry on a dime over frivolous shit are terrifying. Like you're getting emotional about shopping.
Right. But even this is a play for attention.
It is. But like I'm just sitting here in my head like thinking like as a guy who doesn't even go to the mall. Like I don't even like just I saw a t-shirt on Facebook shop that I like. Like that's where like it's just the secret sauce is just about 35 guys. I'm telling you, man. 35, mind your business, don't bother nobody, don't go broke, and you're gonna see all of this shit play itself out, dog. Like all the women that said that this, that, and the other. And I'm around enough of the quote unquote baddies to know that, brother, you don't want them. And it doesn't. They got rules for people they don't like. Like, and they're more of them are more like B. Simone than you would ever imagine. And they sound stupid, and sometimes they're birds. That's why I understand why the old heads used to call them birds. But like not all. Just some. And hey, they're all looking to get rebounded from the layup line. But yeah.
That's going to cap off today's show. James, any last words to the fans as we finish this evening edition of Big Games BS?
Yeah, I got breaking news for the tailgate. The tailgate, we have tickets left. But here's what I was told. We have confirmed. We have confirmations. We have E.G. Green, Snoop Menace, Coop is an Andre Cooper, Derek Brooks, Kazarick McCorvey, Talman Gardner, Atrus Bell, Charlie Ward, Tamarick Vanover. Obviously Peter Warwick, obviously James Anthony Coleman II, along with others. Make sure you go get those tickets, man. $65. We're gonna be pushing it here on the show, but we also got the book bag drive. So please make sure you do your best, do your thug dizzle to make sure you're in there. Angelo is not on the socials, not on Twitter, I don't think. Angelo, text me and I'll send you. I'll make sure. Oh, well, it's in the app, right? It's in the on the YouTube right now. Check that out. But if you text message me, I'll make sure you get the link as well. Yeah, check that out, guys. Make sure we look out for the book bag drives, all of that different jazz. Outside of that, OT7 starts this week. Check out our guy B5. All of the other guys who are on my 7-on-7 team who are playing for others. 7-on-7 teams in OT7 right now, but make sure y'all support those guys. Outside of that, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.